What's up, everyone? It's Mario Diaz, and welcome to the new episode of Mario's podcast. And I have a very, very special guest today, the one and only, someone I've actually looked up for a very, very long time. He's the reason why I actually moved to LA. If a lot of you guys don't know, I made the move over here to LA 2 years ago, and that was one of the reasons because I wanted to be here with Albert Preciado. So appreciate you so much being on the podcast. It's definitely a pleasure and an honor to have you on here, man. Like I said, I've looked up to you for a few years, and that's why I'm here today. So I'm just extremely grateful to have you on, and it's an honor.
Hey, brother. Well, first of all, I want to give you a lot of recognition because you're one of those that kind of you came, and then you went your way, and then you found your way back. Mm-hmm. But you have three qualities that I really, really want everybody to have, mm-hmm. which is being humble, mm-hmm. never forgetting where you came from, hungry, mm-hmm. but also coachable. And all of those have other things. Like, for example, coachable, you gotta be very, very aware mm-hmm. who's your coach. Yeah. Because if you have the wrong coach, then you're not going to get the best information. If you have the right coach, they're going to take you to that next level. Yeah. Humble. A lot of people, like, they get a little bit of success, mm-hmm. like a little bit, and then they think they're like Superman. And then as soon as like the market changes, mm-hmm. it's like the kryptonite, and boom. And then also hungry. You can't ever mm-hmm. lose your hunger. So sometimes when certain things happen in life and you lose that hunger. So for me, what's worked for me the whole time is always being humble, hungry, and coachable. And you have those three qualities, and I'm happy that you're back in the family here, and this is your home. Yeah, like, this is where you belong.
Yeah. Damn. No, yeah, appreciate it. Like I said, thank you so much. It's an honor being here. It's an honor having you on the podcast. Like I said, that was the reason why I'm here. Actually,
this is gonna be your best podcast. Best.
Yeah,
podcast.
It is. Definitely, it definitely is.
We should pin it already at the top.
I'm super grateful and blessed. So I just wanted to start it off, and like I said, I'm just very authentic, even for these podcasts. I don't like to script anything, just very authentic. Ask you a few questions, maybe things that people don't know about you, right? One of the first one, if you can just tell our audience, who is Albert Preciado for the people that don't know you, which they should, and what's your purpose?
Well, I mean, my purpose is to make money. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to be like, well, how can you say that? Yeah. Money. Mm-hmm. But look, without money, I've been without money. And I know how it is to be in a family that has no money, where you're worried about like parking your car, mm-hmm. getting in and out of your house. You might get somebody might pull up a knife. Yeah. You might get in a fight going through the back, because we had an mm-hmm. alley that we mm-hmm. used to go in to park the car, mm-hmm. and my dad would get in street fights, and it was that's how I grew up. And money fixes all of that. Yeah. And I know that people are gonna say, well, what about family? And for sure, family. I used to say family, mm-hmm. but now I'm saying, like, hey, you know what? Money mm-hmm. is needed to take care of your family. Yeah. If you don't have money but you have family, you don't really have family. Mm-hmm. Like, you're hurting your family. Yeah. So your purpose should always be like, how do I take care of your family? And that's money, that's hard work, that's dedication. And I always grew up having nothing. So when I started, I was an ESL student, mm-hmm. special ed student. I took the bus to school mm-hmm. from the age of 6, and my dad was a painter. Mm-hmm. My mom was a teacher assistant. And they came from Mexico, like they immigrated from Mexico. Mm-hmm. They had sex in Mexico, mm-hmm. crossed the border, mm-hmm. and I was born here. Mm-hmm. So I'm supposed to be born in Mexico, but because of my parents, mm-hmm. they produced me in Mexico, and then they came over here, mm-hmm. and I was born. I was able to have all these opportunities, all this freedom to create dreams. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, we all have dreams, mm-hmm. but what happens when we go through elementary, middle school, high school, sometimes we build insecurities, we forget, mm-hmm. and then we become insecure kids. And if you're Latino like me, like us, I don't know if your family was the same way, but my family always overprotected me, always told me, be careful, turn off the lights, close the fridge, or wasting electricity, and things like that. So I always grew up scared, and everything was scary, even the sun. Like, don't be in the sun, you're going to get skin cancer. My mom used to carry an umbrella in summer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, umbrellas are for like the rain, not for summer.
Yeah.
But she used to carry it to protect against the sun,
sun
and all that. So I grew up like that,
Yeah.
and in a very, it's like Echo Park and borderline LA and MacArthur Park, where they used to kill people and throw them in the lake. I don't know if you know that area. But it's changed. It's a lot better now. But that's how I grew up. And when I used to have holidays or summer school, I would go with my dad to work as a painter. So I used to paint homes in Beverly Hills, and that's where I saw the mansions. Everything was green, the Ferrari, the red one, and that's where I started like seeing all these things, and I was exposed. And as being their first child, when you're the first child, you have to figure things out.
Yeah.
And I think when the second child comes, third child, the older brother or sister kind of takes care of them and helps them, and they don't have to go through like the things that the first child goes through. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but dude, I came from nothing. Like I'm not supposed to be here. Like we have this beautiful office. I have 3 healthy daughters. I have a wife. We have so many beautiful people here in the company. Like nothing makes me more happy than seeing everybody in the company win. So I'm living a dream right now.
Yeah.
And I'm working harder than ever. I love what I do, and my favorite part of the day is just waking up and like having life again, and just waking up at 5. That's my I hate sleeping. Yeah. Like the worst part of my day, and the thing that I hate the most is sleeping. Like I hate sleeping. Like I don't like that's the only thing I hate, sleeping. So hopefully I never die.
And would you say that's just because you have the vision and you have like what your purpose is? Because I feel a lot of the times a lot of individuals lack that. They don't know where they're going. They don't have a vision. They don't know what their purpose is. Do you think that's the reason why you're just like, man, if I could, I would go 24 hours without sleep? Do you think that's one of the big reasons why?
You know, I always focus on helping people and changing lives. And when you focus on that, the more people you help, the more money you make. Yeah. So just by focusing on helping people, helping them become successful and reach their dreams, money comes your way. But you can't help enough people if you can't reach people. Yeah. So like years ago, I realized it doesn't matter how good I am. It doesn't matter how experienced I am. It doesn't even matter how good looking you are, how smart you are, if nobody knows you. Because the world doesn't pay the best looking people, the smartest people, the people that have the most value, the people that have the most experience. That doesn't matter. Like nobody gives a shit about that. If nobody knows you. So I realized like attention is the biggest thing you can get. So you got to get massive attention. And if you get that amount of massive attention, then the world's going to know who you are, and you're going to be able to help more people, and that's going to come back in the compensation of money. Yeah. So that's the most important thing that I learned, and that's why I focus so much on getting attention. A lot of people see me on social media, and they're like, "Man, this guy is wild. He's crazy. He's mean. He's evil. He's worshipped by the devil." I don't know what they think about me, but I'm just getting attention, and it's working. Yeah. So that's very important.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions I was going to ask you is your marketing, your social media, your presence. I know a lot of people think they just basically see you on social media, and like you said right now, a lot of the things you do is for attention because that's what has been working for you to grow. Is that obviously, as you kind of said, that really is part of your strategy, right? Yeah. The whole what you say, certain things you say. I know you're very authentic and you say, a lot of the things you do mean it, but is that part of your strategy, certain things you say on social media, or is that like the real you? Because I know a lot of people they talk about you, because obviously I've heard it, outside, but it's like they don't really know you. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you're a character on social media, but because it's working for you, obviously it's bringing you in people, it's helping you grow the company. So what would you say on that?
It's definitely an exaggeration and being funny, but it's still me. Yeah. Like every single thing that I said on social media, it's true. Yeah. And I'm very authentic to the point where I say things and my mom, like, she'll send me a message, a long text message. Yeah. Like, hijo, no andes poniendo esas cosas, por favor, quítalo, no está bien. So she's telling me, like, take that off, please, don't put that stuff, it doesn't look good. And when I tell my mom, it's marketing. It's
Yeah.
marketing. But it's the truth. And I
Yeah.
tell my mom, do you realize that if I tell people my story,
Yeah.
how for like over a year I was addicted to cocaine,
Yeah.
and I was doing cocaine all weekend,
Yeah.
and I would do an 8-ball, I would get 2 8-balls, I
Yeah.
would create a little heart in the mirror, and I would have like cocaine parties, and a lot of people that
Yeah.
were involved,
Yeah.
and they don't say it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're cowards, they don't have balls. That like their wife or their girlfriend tells them, you can't say this, you can't say that, and
Yeah.
they won't say it.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel that if I say it,
Yeah.
I'm being authentic, and I'm helping somebody that might be a 21-year-old, a 25-year-old Albert, and they might see this and they
Yeah.
might connect with them and they might stop.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing good happened with cocaine.
Yeah.
Nothing good happened with blacking out, drinking, and all that stuff. Like nothing good happened.
Yeah.
Did I have a lot of fun? Did I have a lot of fun? Did I date a lot of girls? It was fun. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
regret it because I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But a lot of bad things happened to
Yeah.
it. So I don't want my kids to do that. And I don't know how to lie.
Yeah.
I tried lying in the past, and I'm talking like over a decade ago. I
Yeah.
tried lying, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at it. I didn't like it. It leaves you empty,
Yeah.
and then you got to make up another lie to cover it. Like there's a lot of people right now that they change their story every month.
Yeah.
Like I've never changed my stories.
Yeah.
It's always been the same thing. So when I talk about my cocaine problem, I do it so that it helps others. When I talk about my DUIs, I do it so that it helps others.
Yeah.
Everything I said, if you go back 10 years and look at my YouTube and my social medias, you'll see that my story has always been the same.
Yeah.
I started from nothing. Like I bought FHA properties. I lost everything in 2008. I invested in real estate. I don't own any real estate anymore. I had to sell all the real estate. I've never lied. I did lease my cars. I did live paycheck to paycheck, but I didn't fucking quit. And those people quit, and they're mad because I didn't quit and because I got to where I am today. But it's been a painful journey.
Yeah.
But I hope that all this helps people that maybe they're about to quit and they don't, because it is hard.
Yeah.
And when I say life is easy, I'm saying it because the message you put out to the world is very powerful.
Yeah.
If you're around negative people and they're saying you can't do this, you can't do that, it's gonna be hard, don't take risks. Hey, you know what? Save. Let's contract. Let's cut expenses. That's so negative. Like what about if you go all in and you commit? Then you're gonna have no competition. So I've always been like that, and it's worked for me, and it hasn't worked for a lot of other people.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, and that leads to the next question. I know obviously everyone sees your success. They see the Albert Preciado now with I believe you made like 30 million last year.
Yeah.
Right. So everyone
and it was actually like 28.9 or 28 point something. But it was like driven mortgage guys and Ambiance, and it was gross top line revenue.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like they don't understand that, and they're like, oh yeah, well you did this for mortgage guys. It's like people are just they don't have the intelligence to understand that stuff. So some people do, but it's a combination of the businesses that I started. So and I rounded it off to 30 million. So they might be right. It wasn't 30 million, but it was like 28.8 or 28.9. I don't know. It was something like that.
And so you said, I know it's obviously the mortgage guys, right? Which is the mortgage company. You have Ambiance, the real estate company, which they're amazing companies. Anyone looking to join, you got to join, the best in the business. And then we have the Driven and Escrow, right?
So Escrow was Escrow was not in that account.
Yeah.
Because it didn't exist yet.
Okay.
It was barely starting. And then also my coaching that I started, all that stuff. So there's a lot of new flows of income that I added after that. So that's why this year I'm gonna make 60 million.
Yeah.
And for people that laugh at it, hey, it's better to say you're gonna do 60 million than you do 45 than to say I'm gonna contract. I'm gonna do less.
Yeah.
So like people have to think bigger. Like instead, if you like, how much money do you want to make this year?
This year I'm aiming for 350.
Yeah. So you should double it.
Yeah.
600.
600.
And then you'll reach 300.
Yeah.
Because if you say 300, you might reach less than that.
Less than that.
So you gotta always push for more.
Yeah.
And when you feel like stopping, like keep doing more. Like always add more. Yeah. That's why I think I annoy some people, because I just do more than them.
Yeah.
And then they just quit.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I can't do this. Like I gotta go home with the wifey. I'm like, hey, The wifey waits at home. My wife is happy. If I get home and I tell her I didn't make money today, I had a bad day, she'll ask me like, so why are you coming home?
Yeah.
Go back to the office. I don't need you here.
Yeah.
Like, go back to the office and make some more sales and then come back.
Yeah.
I don't know how wives want their husbands or boyfriends to get home when they didn't make money that day. Like, go back to the office and work.
Yeah.
And don't come home if you don't make any money.
Yeah. Now that you're talking about, obviously Sil, she's an amazing individual. How important is it for someone, because even myself, I'm married, how important is it that you have the right partner based on your experience and based on what you've seen? Like, how important is that?
It's everything. It means everything. And the way to do it is to like have your spouse, whether it's a husband or a wife, you should bring them to your office. Like, bring them to your office once in a while.
Yeah.
Bring them to the company events. Take them to seminars, because that way they understand, like, this is why I'm in the seminar. This is what I'm learning. Because Sil didn't know what a seminar was like. But then I started bringing her to seminars, and then she saw it, and then she started telling me, hey, I want to go inside. Can I go in there? Can I sneak in there on Sundays? Because Sundays, usually people leave and there's empty seats.
Yeah.
So I started bringing her, like, on Sundays, and she used to go with me. She was the first girl out of, like, 1,000 girls that I went through that she was... I will go to the seminar with you. I will go to the office with you. I will go to the gym with you at 4 a.m. So she was my workout partner. She was my work partner. She was my seminar partner. She became my best friend before we got married. So like right now we're like, she reads my mind, I read her mind. We get along super well, and like we call each other out. Like I'll tell, hey, Sil, you're getting a little bit fat. Get it together. Come on, like you gotta look good for me. And she's like, well, you're getting fat too. And I'm like, yeah, well, okay, well, let's fucking get it on. But it's like when you meet your girl, like I think from that point, you should only get better, not worse. Yeah. Like if you meet your girl and she was like some hot, beautiful woman that you fall in love with, then there's no excuse for her getting fat. Yeah. And same thing with, and some women will get mad at me and they're going to be like, oh my God, how that guy's mean. But I'm just being honest. Yeah. Like what guy out there, meets the girl of his dreams and they go to Hawaii or they go to Puerto Rico wearing bikinis and they're all in love, making babies, having fun. And then 5 years later, woman blows up and now she's like weighs 3 times what she weighed when they met. Like, I don't think a man's gonna want to have sex, right? and the same thing, like you meet your husband that you marry, and then he lets go. He gains all this weight, and now he's just a slob in the couch. Like, your girl's gonna go cheat on you. Yeah. So like, I think that the secret to me and Sil is that we're very transparent with each other. Yeah. Like, she tells me, you're slacking off. You're waking up later. Yeah. You're not being productive in the office. Yeah. You're drinking too much. You're fooling around too much. You're not working like you used to. Yeah. And I tell her the same things, and we're always like, bam, 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 bam. But one book that I recommend you to read is called Rocket Fuel. Read it with your wife, and every couple here, read it. Rocket Fuel, because that shows you like how a man and a woman can contemplate each other and work and like the weaknesses that one has might be the strengths of the other party. So read that book, Rocket Fuel, and that book was recommended by Tom Bilyeu, Lisa Bilyeu, the founders of Quest Nutrition. So it's a really good book because there's always an operator and a visionary. So like you're clearly a visionary. Like your brother seems like an operator. Yeah. So like you guys should read that book too, because it's not only girl and guy, but that book shows you the strengths of an operator and the strengths of a visionary. Yeah. So CEO or COO or operator and visionary or integrator and the growth person. Yeah. But it's always like there's one person that's gonna be growth, sales, recruiting, the vision, and there's a person that operator, organizer. What is it? Organizer, somebody that deals with all the operations, all the systems, all the processes. You need that person. You need them. So like even me, if I want to go do it on my own, I wouldn't be able to do it without an operator. So that's very important. Yeah. You should read that book.
And that's basically in this case sales job. That's what she does, right? She
100%.
does
Yeah.
the operations.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't deal with any of that.
Yeah.
So she just lets me be wild and focus on the sales, on
Yeah.
the growth, on the vision.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's huge because that's something early on too. Even based off the disc, you learn your personality type. You kind of see what's your strength, your weaknesses. Obviously, I took it here again, and as you know, it's really detailed. So that's something I recommend to anyone is just taking the disc, just kind of see what your weaknesses, your strengths are, and based on that, would you say that's something that you can kind of see what position you will naturally fit in a little bit better?
Yeah, like when you're gonna hire somebody,
Yeah.
and when you're growing your team, it's very important to have them take the personality test, this test,
Yeah.
and also the strength test, because the strength test is gonna tell you what are the strengths, and that's very important because you save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because the only thing you can't get in life back is time. Like for example, I talk about it all the time, and I spend my time only with the 20 percenters.
Yeah.
So if you're a 20 percenter, I'm gonna spend time with you. If I think you could be a 20 percenter, then I'm gonna spend time with you before you become a 20 percenter, because I see but once I find out you're not a 20 percenter, I'll step away, and you got to earn it, because time is just very valuable. It's more important than money.
Yeah.
And the 20 percenter is the one that's going to give you the 80% results.
Yeah.
So the 20 percenters will bring in 80% of the revenue. The 80 percenters will bring in only 20% of the revenue. So like I can't meet with, like if we have 1,000 people, I can't meet with 1,000 people, but I'll meet with 200.
Yeah.
Because 200 of them are going to bring us 80% of the results. But I just can't meet with every single person.
Yeah.
Now, we do have trainings and groups where we meet with everybody at once.
Yeah.
So they got to show up, pay attention, take
Yeah.
notes, and earn it. And then once they become the 20%er, then
Yeah.
you spend time with them.
With them.
But it's ROI. Everything is tracking.
Yeah.
You got to measure, tracking, data, graphs. Like numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So I remember back in the day, like I would, or still till today, but back in the day, some people got bothered. But it's like homie, I can't spend time with you.
Yeah.
Like your production is not there. You're supposed to be producing X amount. You're producing not even 1X.
Yeah.
Like the revenue you're bringing to the company is nothing.
Yeah.
Like I need to spend time with the people that are bringing in production, because they are the ones helping the company grow.
Yeah.
You need to participate. You got to be involved. You got to be all in. So that's why I made a lot of changes. 2021, going on 2022. I'm like, this is gonna be a challenging year.
Yeah.
So I have to change if I want this company to continue to grow.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, because remember, I always say, like, you always have to do what's best for your family.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about your family more than you. So you got to take care of them, and you got to make some decisions, like cutting certain people out. Maybe there was people that used to say yes, yes, yes. Now you got to say no, no, no to them.
Yeah.
And you got to be very selective with the people that you spend time with, and also the people that you take advice from.
Yeah, I think that's huge, and I've heard it. Obviously, I've listened to a lot of your podcasts, and that's something that is I've heard multiple times, and yeah, I mean, it's so true. I can, just from experience, like the people that you take advice. I know you always say be careful and look who you're getting advice from, because if they don't have the results, if they're not where you want to be, then what's and that's something that I've seen, and it's true. So I definitely agree with that 1,000%. Like, you want to make sure you're surrounded by the right environment, the right people, and people that have the results that you want to have, right? Because at the same time, if you're learning from someone who doesn't have the results, then what are you doing, right? So I think that that goes a very, very long way. So whatever it is you want to, I would say, whatever it is you want to do, make sure you search or look for the best individual in that position or whatever it may be, and just follow them, because they have the roadmap, and then you just go, like you said, as long as you're coachable, hungry, and you implement, I think it'll happen. You'll accomplish your goals. So but yeah, that leads me to the next thing. This is something that I'm even for myself, I know we've spoken a little bit in regards to the entire marketing, so I guess the social media, right? For social media right now, since as we see, social media is like, it's everything right now. Like you said, if people, you could be the best, like for me, I can be the best loan officer that knows all my guidelines, but if people don't know me, then it doesn't even matter, right? So what would you say for the individuals who are trying or putting in the effort to grow their social media? What advice would you give them if it's somebody who's just starting on social media?
You got to post 4 times a day. So you got to post 4 times a day. You got to post at 9 in the morning when people are waking up, because you want them to wake up to you. You want them to be like 9 a.m. thinking about Mario. Then lunchtime. Hit him at lunchtime. So it's lunchtime and they're like Mario again. Then when they get off of work, 5 p.m. Mario when they're driving home. And then you want to hit him again at 9 p.m. before they go to sleep, so that they go to sleep thinking about Mario. So you got to post 4 times a day. And I'm sure some people are going to say, like, well, how can I post 4 times a day? Like, I have a full-time job. I have this. I have a lot of things to do. I have kids. Look, I lost count on how many kids I have. Like, I have a lot. And then I have more people here in the office. I have, like, a dog. I have, a lot of people. I do it. But how do I do it? Power of delegation. Like, I don't do it. I have my team post for me. So it's my content. So, like, you can't go wrong because it's my content. They're posting, they're putting captions based on my content. So you can't go wrong. Now, if you're a dumbass, then you're going to post bad content. So, like, this doesn't apply to... But even if you're a dumbass and you post bad content, then you're still gonna get views. So, like, maybe people feel bad for you and you rack up the views, you're gonna get followers. So you can't go wrong because even bad content is content and you're gonna build views. But you will get better though. With practice, you will get better. So you gotta post 4 times a day, and it's gonna take some time. Now, for me, it took me 10 years to build my social media to the point where, like, I have, like, all these followers. TikTok, I'm verified. You can subscribe to that one to get verified. Like, I'm verified everywhere, and I have a lot of followers. I think I get, like, over 10 million. I reach over 10 million people every month. Or more, actually more than that. However, it took 10 years, but nowadays it's so much easier to grow faster. So what I did in 10 years, somebody like you watching this could probably do it in less than 2 years, because back then videos didn't go viral. And I didn't know what I was doing. It took me forever because I didn't know what I was doing. But now videos go viral, so you can rack up those views, which is going to lead to more followers, which is going to lead to more leads, which is going to lead to more conversions and more money. Every time I go live, and that's why you want to build the followers, to be able to go live and have all these viewers on all these platforms. Like, I'll go live and I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Facebook public, business Facebook, personal Facebook, my Instagram, driven Instagram. I even put sales Instagram. Then I go on YouTube in Spanish, YouTube in English, and I'm like
everywhere.
8 places at once. So I'm getting viewers from everywhere. So I'm getting clients, leads, everything from all of them. Every time I go live in 1 hour, if I'm just focused for 1 hour, I'll collect at least $8,000 in 1 hour. So if I go mornings and nights, could be 16 grand. Worst case. If I go live 5 times a week, twice, you do the math. Not only selling the coachings, but I also get leads for listings. I get buyers. I get people that want to refi. I get people from all over the U.S. because social media is international. Not only the U.S., but it's not only California. So it goes beyond California. It goes beyond the U.S. So, like, if I sell something, I can sell it all over the world. That's the power of the personal brand. So my biggest advice is you got to start now. So if you're not even posting once a day, it means that you're playing a small game. Like, you're telling me right now that you are committed to playing a small game and being broke. That's what you're committed to. Like, people that are loan officers or realtors and they go 3 days without posting, like, you are literally telling me that you are committed to playing a tiny little weenie game.
And would you say, because I mean, I know recently you've been growing like crazy, especially on the Instagram one. I know you're growing on all of them, but I know because I'm on, that's where I post majority. Well, I post everywhere, but, like, I typically go more on Instagram, and I've seen, and you've shown me that you've been growing like crazy. What have you switched from before to now? Like, what was the difference there? Is it because you're posting more, or is it because you've had a different strategy on how you post your videos?
Both. So, like, I'll give you 2 things that I changed recently, because when you're successful, you don't got to change everything completely. You just need to tweak. So, like you, you're successful. We got Beche, he's successful. Like, you guys you guys have everything you need to do.
Yeah.
Like you guys are pretty damn complete. You just got to make tweaks.
Yeah.
Because I was like you guys back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I got stuck at 300,000 when I
Yeah.
was a loan officer. I got to 300,000 and that was my capacity.
Yeah.
I couldn't do more than that until I started building my team.
Yeah.
So you guys are close to that, there or there.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is you just got to make certain tweaks. You're doing something right. You're doing a lot right.
Yeah.
So you only have to do a certain small little tweaks. So like at my level, what I did is we started meeting with my team every Monday.
Yeah.
So every Monday before this, we met. We go over like, okay, what can we do better this week? Because it's always about getting better and improving. So I told my team, like, what can we do better? So I'll go with Maria, Andrew, Anthony, and we're like, what can we do better?
Yeah.
So, okay, well, how do we make videos go viral? Because that's what you want, videos to go viral, which goes back to your thing you were saying about me being wild on social media and getting attention.
Yeah.
It's because we need to go viral.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put out a boring video with low energy. Like right now, I'm like, hey, team, watch. You're going to get a reel out of this because it's going to be a lot of value. So right now, I'm already preparing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this just for fun. Neither are you.
No.
The whole point of a podcast is to grow your audience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
correct.
like, what do you do when you do a viral video? What does it need? Okay? Number one thing, you need a hook. Okay? So, the first 3 seconds, you need a hook. Boom. Women are weak. Women are going to be like, oh, my God, you're weak. Yeah, they can't bench press 2 plates.
Yeah.
Men could.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, oh my God, but we deliver, we give birth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
So women are way stronger than men at giving birth.
Yeah.
But not at bench pressing 2 plates.
Yeah.
So like when I say it like that, it creates all this controversy.
Yeah.
But I get your attention.
Yeah.
So then I turn it back and then I talk about like other things. So you talk about people like to hear violence.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about violence, people like it.
Yeah.
People like negative things, drama. People love drama. So if you can include drama, if you talk about what you do, like if you're gonna talk about mortgage, talk about FHA. It's a huge. It gets a lot of people love that. So FHA, family, things that are emotional, people love that. Talk about lifestyle. People love lifestyle, like cars, sexiness, things like that. Teaching something, you got to teach something in your video.
Yeah.
And if it's comedy, if it's funny, then it's gonna go viral. So when you hook him in the first 3 seconds, and if you could add all of that, you add violence, drama, FHA, family, emotional, lifestyle. You teach them something, and then funny, then it's gonna go viral. So you got to know how to create videos because if you're just creating a video that has no triggers. Then it's not going to go viral. It doesn't matter how smart you are, but if you have no personality and you're just like, hi, today I'm going to talk to you about this new program that came out where if you're a first-time buyer, you could qualify for 0% down payment, and it's a very good program, and I'm going to teach you everything about it. So number 1, you need to have this. Number 2, you need to do that. Number 3, you have to be from here. And okay, that's all. Like, who's going to listen to that?
Yeah.
But if you tell people, don't get married. Look, before you get married, hear this. If you want to buy a property and you want to go FHA, don't get married because you could buy one, she could buy one. And if you do it, once you get married, then you only qualify for one. But you get the point. If you do it that way, it's going to go viral. So my team already we have like a sheet where it tells them first 3 seconds, hook. And then we have to have family. It has to be emotional. We got to teach something. It has to be funny. The more of those factors you add,
the more viral.
It's going to go viral for sure. So that's what we follow, and we meet up every Monday.
Yeah, because I know we recently spoke about the hook. That's actually something even myself, like you said, the little tweaks. I think everyone has that. I mean, we all have something. We have weak points. We have things to improve to get better. But yeah, sometimes like you said, sometimes it's just a little tweak that you make, and that can completely change everything. So yeah, that's definitely I think that's what I've noticed from your videos that has been. You've been amazing with them, man, because I mean you see your video and right away, like you said, in the first 3 seconds catches your attention. Now people are on it. If it's something controversial, people are already commenting, which creates it. I feel like it pushes your video even to more bigger audience. And Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing myself as well right now, because that's the only way. If you don't catch people's attention, then like you said, it doesn't matter how good you are. If people don't know you, then what's the point? You know, you're not going to make money.
100%.
That's why I think we're all here, right?
Yeah.
To make money. Now, what one of this is more of a personal question. You know, maybe it could be part of the business too. But what would you say was one of your most hardest points in your personal life so far, year to date? Like, maybe was it when you were younger, when you started in the business? I'm not sure. What would you say?
The hardest point in my life, in I'll talk about business.
Yeah.
Was like year 3, like year 2 and 3 in business. Like the first year is easy because the first year when you open up, let's say, a mortgage company or real estate, it's very easy. In E&O insurance is very cheap because you don't have any production, so it's very cheap. You don't have any employees really. You don't have many bills. You have only, like, let's say 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 bank approvals with lenders. You don't have anything. So you close your first couple of deals and you're like, oh, it's cool. Like, it's cool. You have a little tiny office, like you're a mom and pop, and it's easy. But you just bought another job for yourself. Because now, like, let's say that you're saving 20% that you're keeping to yourself. So, like, let's say if for those of you that don't understand this, if you're getting paid commission in real estate or mortgage, let's say you get a $10,000 check and you give $2,000 to your broker and you keep $8. So now you have $2,000 extra, right? So you keep the 20%. Now you think you're going to keep all of that for your little business, but then you have to pay E&O and other things. So at the same time, you're making the same, but now you just bought yourself a job. Now that's if you stay like that. If you choose to grow your business, which is the only reason why you should start a business, to grow it so that it becomes a business that's worth a lot of money and you can sell it if you want to, or you keep it and then you start distributing money to people that have ownership. If you want to, that's the only reason to start a business. There's a really good book called Build to Sell. That's why you should start a business only. So when you start a business, the first year, it's like easy pancakes. What happens year 2, year 3? Hardest times because you start making negative money. And this is a story that I've heard over and over again from people that are in their 60s that finally made it after so many years in business, decades in business, because you become a slave to your business. So you're many times you're going out of business, you're negative, so you have to have a lot of reserves. And then you get lawsuits, people take advantage of you. Dealing with people is hard. Dealing with employees. Then let's say, okay, it's my business, and you have other loan officers or realtors under you. They make a mistake. Who do you think they're gonna sue? Not them, you, the broker, the owner, and it's just like it turns into a nightmare very soon. And then imagine you have a kid on the way. You have a baby on the way. You have expenses that are like this. And you're fighting to grow your company, but you're getting attacked from everywhere, and then your newborn is going to be born in 6 months, and then your bank statement, your bank account is overdrafted. You got to cut payroll on Friday, and then you have people that are leaving you, and then you have people that are attacking you. People are talking about you. They cut some lender approvals. So many things happen. And then you're like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then you lose sleep. So like I was at many points, it was like 12:30, and I would wake up and I'm like, how am I gonna figure this out? It's Wednesday, Friday's coming up. How am I gonna pay all the bills Friday? What am I gonna do? And Syl's pregnant, and I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. What do I do? And I would wake up at 12:30 trying to figure it out. How am I gonna make money? I would figure it out. But that's why entrepreneurship is like the toughest thing in the world. It's like being in the army. You can die anytime. You get a heart attack, die, collapse, and your family is there with you. Leave your family like vulnerable. What are they gonna do? So you gotta be super strong. And it got to a point with me like year 2, year 3. I went to Chase, B of A. I opened all these credit cards. And then I just started opening credit card and maxed all of them out, and I did it to survive. And what I did right was that I started buying real estate. So I started buying real estate 2013. I bought 18 properties, and I maxed out all my credit cards, and I sold all my real estate to get. So from real estate, from selling all my real estate, I got $2 million net, because I got like 300K from one, 200K from another one. So all of them combined, my net from selling all of them was about 2 million. I used all those 2 million, maxed out all my credit cards that I got, maxed out all of sales credit cards, couldn't sleep most nights. And I would turn purple when I was eating at dinner with my parents. I didn't want to tell them that I was struggling. It was hard. So like if you, like when you start a business, it's pretty easy at the beginning. But when you get to year 2, year 3, it gets very hard. That's why if you Google it, most businesses collapse the first 2-3 years. Rarely businesses go beyond 5 years.
5 years.
So it's a pretty biggest nightmare for anybody. So I don't recommend it for anybody, but yeah, man, it's hard. It's a hard journey. So that's why when I see all of this, all the lives that we have changed together with good quality people, like that's what makes me the most happiest from everything. Seeing my people succeed.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a little taste of it myself, just getting into the whole self-employment. You know, it's been crazy. But yeah, I mean, I know we're getting tight here on the time. Just have one.
We're good, bro. I'm the boss. Like,
yeah,
like I create my own rules.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to actually end it with this one. I know, obviously, you have spoken to me a little bit about the vision for the companies, where you're going. Where, for the audience listening, where do we see Albert Preciado in the next 5 years?
When the next 3 years, I see myself as a billionaire. I see a lot of multimillionaires in the company. Why? Because as of now, I decided to keep 80% of the company of Ambiance and Mortgage Guys. And no doubt that the companies are going to be worth $1 billion plus in the next 3 years. So 5 years is like, I started 5 years, thinking 5 years, 2 years ago. So I'm already 2 years in. So like we're not stopping. And I'm fully committed to outworking all my competitors. Like 18-hour work days, I love. There's nothing that I love more, like I told you, than waking up in the morning, and creating more. I hate sleeping. Like I wish they would cancel sleeping. Like I don't like sleeping. So I love waking up early. I like getting ahead. I like strategy. Like I'm fascinated by strategy, because like without strategy, your execution is not going to work. Because if you don't have a strategy, you're just executing blindly. So in order to beat your opponent, you need the right strategy. That's why mentors and people that have done it, you're gonna learn like what strategy to attack with. So that's where I see ourselves in 3 years.
3 years.
So in 3 years, we're either gonna sell the companies, or we're gonna keep them and start distributions. Meaning, like, if you're 1%, 5% owner, or more or less, whatever, then you're gonna get your piece every month or every quarter. And the reason why now I'm leaning more towards maybe keeping the companies is because Neil Patel is a friend. A lot of people don't know this, but Neil Patel is really wealthy. Like his wealth is big. Like it doesn't start with an M. It starts with a B. So this guy has businesses, you know, and he moved to Nevada because he was planning on selling the company, and he changed his mind. So now he's coming back to California. He's my friend. He's gonna come back. He's moving in August. So like I'm gonna have all these lunches. He's gonna come to our office. That guy is a genius. So he told me, I'm coming back to California. I don't care about paying 13% taxes, state taxes. Just make 10%, 13% more. And he, like, there's no place like California. So those people that tell you, I'm gonna leave California, California is bad, why pay taxes, the state is fucked up, that's because they're quitters. They quit. Never take advice from quitters. People that they want to give you all this wealth advice, but they quit. They left California because they couldn't afford 13%. They're quitters. They're giving you wealth advice, but they don't have a business. They don't have employees. They work from home. Like, why would I listen to a quitter? I want to listen to people like Neil Patel, real billionaires that have real businesses, that are coming back to California, because he went to Nevada and he said, I changed my mind. I don't want to sell my company. I'm going to come back to California. Because when you sell a company, you get a chunk. But you know what you lose? Cash flow.
Yeah.
Nothing more important than having cash flow. When you have cash flow, you're making cash flow every day, every minute, every hour. I don't know. Like, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But when you don't know when that next check is going to come, that's when stress goes like that.
Yeah.
But when you have checks coming in, when you have wires coming in, when you have deposits coming in every day,
Yeah.
every hour, every minute, life becomes like so much enjoyable because now you have more money to make more moves. When recessions happen, people with more money, they can make more moves. And that's why you see right now, like now people, like it's easier for people to join or people to come back because now they're seeing like, oh, you know what? I think results are doing the speaking right now, and I want to be part of somewhere that I'm going to grow, like somewhere where I'm going to be like the small fish. That's why I hang around with these people because I'm the small fish. And they and then they tell me things like it was like this for like 40 years. Like it took me 40 years to build that company. One of my friends that lives up in the hills here, his house is 36,000 square feet. He has a garage with 40 cars.
The guy that stopped by right the other day at the office.
Yeah. I met him.
Yeah,
his name is Scott. And actually, like I'm gonna go to his house. I was supposed to go there today, but I'll go sometime this week. But Scott, like he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't want me to say that, but he's single right now. You know, like he's living a good life.
Yeah.
He has 40 cars. So like one of his cars is a Lamborghini Miura. I think it's a Lamborghini Miura. It's worth like $1.7 million. That's one of his 40 cars.
Yeah. Wow.
His company is worth in the 270 million-ish. And he has like hundreds of millions in real estate that he owns.
Yeah, he owns.
So what does that tell you? And you know what he told me? For the first 10, 20 years, Albert, like I was like going out of business like 4 times. And I said, well, why, Scott? Why? Tell me about it. And he said, well, you know, I was over leveraging. I was borrowing money here, maxing out my credit cards, getting lines of credit. I was like going negative, but I was borrowing more money. And like 4 times, I was like almost out of business. But I kept fighting. Like as long as you don't quit, you won't lose. Yeah. Even if it hurts, even if you get a late, even if you overdraft a few times. You know how many times I've overdrafted?
Probably a whole bunch.
A bunch. I lost count. But as long as you don't quit, you will get it. You will fight and come back. Like you'll deposit more money. Yeah. You'll pay back what you owe. No. You'll remove the late. Like you just can't quit. Yeah. And he told me his story, and he said, like 4 times because I was always like putting all the money back into the business. And then now look at what he became. Yeah. But look at how long it took. It took him. So he came to our headquarters, and they gave him a tour and everything. And then when he's leaving, I asked him like, hey Scott, so what advice do you give me? Like what should I do? I told you everything about me. Like I told you everything. Yeah. And he's like, Albert, keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you. And I'm like, damn. And sometimes when you hear from people like that, you're like, it's encouraging because it gives you that validation that you are on the right track. And it's just business. That's how it is. Like if everybody is a business person. Everybody is an entrepreneur. But some people are intrapreneurs and some people are entrepreneurs, and there's nothing bad with like for example, you're an entrepreneur. Why? Because the company already started. I founded it. I went through the first 5 years. I went through the first 10 years already. I've been through the lawsuits. I've been through the IRS audits. I've been through the Department of Real Estate audits. I've been through everything. And I'm still standing and strong and healthy. Like people that are stressed out going out of business, they don't look like me. They don't have a 6-pack like me. They don't have skin like me. They don't look like me. You could see it in their eyes when they're down, when they're giving up, when they're quitting. Like, dude, I'm fucking happy right now. I am in the best energy. Like I don't smile that often, but I'll smile right now. Like I'm gonna have a workout right now. Like I have a gym in my office. Like I'm happy. So. We're not contracting. Like Maria just got me a Bugatti. You guys will see it next week. Right? Actually, it comes Friday, right? Yeah. Friday. So like, dude, life is good. Life is good, but it takes a long time. Yeah. So you just have to be patiently aggressive. You have to be aggressive, but you gotta understand it's gonna take some time. Yeah. But yeah, dude, we're on the right track, and I can't wait for people to find out Like this Mario right here is gonna be like the next big star here for TMG. You guys got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's an honor having you on here, and I mean, with the right mentorship, with like you said, just being coachable, always staying hungry. I know big things are going to be coming, and I'm excited to be part of the company and just help it blow up. So, yeah. So I want to appreciate you again so much for your time. I know your time is super valuable for being on here.
Yeah.
And any last words maybe you want to tell the audience?
So Mario,
Yeah.
life is gonna be bad for most people. All right, bad. Life is gonna be good for some people.
Yeah.
Life is gonna be great for the 1% of the 1%. Like, who do you want to be?
Yeah.
It takes the same amount of effort to have a bad life, a good life, or a great life. Because when you have a bad life, it's a lot more stressful than having a great life.
Yeah.
So you got to decide who do you want to be. So if you want to have a great life, you got to put yourself in that right circle. And if in your circle there's one lingering person that's very annoying, you know that person that's very annoying, that every day you want to slap them on the face because they're very negative, they're stupid, and they keep giving you bad ideas, whether it's family or friends or people from the past. You just gotta cut him. You gotta unfollow them. You gotta mute them. Whatever you gotta do, because you don't want to hear that negativity. Like, I don't want to hear anything negative. I want to hear positive things. Like, everybody that's here, you see people that they create a great life. Some people create a good life, and some people that live continue their bad life. So you gotta decide who do you want to be, and it's all gonna what's gonna happen is the people that you are around, your circle. They're going to help you either level up or drown. So be careful. I don't say be careful a lot because you got to be dangerous, but you got to really, really, really protect your circle and be very selective of those people that you do take advice from, because you should only be taking advice from people that are living the life that you want to become.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, I mean, that's amazing. Like you said, best podcast to date. And super, like, very, very, very grateful to have you on here. Like I said, it's an honor. Been waiting for this day to come, and I'm just blessed, and I'm ready to just get to work and blow up the companies, man. So thank you so much again, Albert.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Anything you need, you already know.
Thank you. Blow up.
Yes, let's go.
That's what I need.